Where, oh where, does an old churchman store his fancy little books? Oh, I should have asked this before I threw him in his own dungeon, shouldn't I? Well, that's what you get for being inefficient on the quest for knowledge. Oh, the door. Welcome, my lost little lamb, to the Church of Tryst. How may the servant of the one God that we all know be of service to you today? You say that you were cursed by wild men. Quite the interesting story. Do you mind telling me just a little bit about these wild men? Okay, so they don't seem to be any of ours. Okay. Then let me examine you real quick. Why don't you sit on the first, pew, I believe it's called. Me? No, I'm not acting strangely. I'm here every day. You come here every day? I'm a recent transfer. Don't worry about it. Just sit down on the first pew and let me examine you. Yes, eyes and blue markings glow with holy power. Stop talking so I can examine you. Okay. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that this is purely human magic. I don't see any traces of otherworldly presence in you. The bad news is that I can't just get rid of it. If you want this curse gone by my hands, I'm going to need to do a little bit of a ritual for you. You volunteer for it. Okay, I suppose humans have always been afraid of curses. No, I'm just talking to myself, don't worry about it. Okay. In that case, let me go ahead and get the good book. Alright. And here we go. Oh, yes, it does look different from what you're used to, doesn't it? How about you do me a favor and stop asking questions? Otherwise, I might get frustrated and not cure you of your very real curse. Thank you very much. I appreciate your understanding. Now, you have to give this old book a little bit of a massage, or else it gets a little bit grumpy. Okay. Are you feeling all good now? Alright, it's not gonna bite, so that's nice. Unwindy. Alrighty. Let's see. Fae. I forgot that I wrote this page. What to do in case of a churchman attack. Wild men are not churchmen. Not in this area, anyway. Come on. Ah, here we go. Let's see. Hedge mage. Would they be hedge mages or would they be rogue druids? They would likely be hedge mages, in which case... Three... I see. Alrighty. Well, the good news is that yes, I can cure you. As I thought all along. And there goes my book. Magic. Look, what is it they always say? The god is mysterious, or don't ask questions. So, the first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to focus on those ears of yours. As far as I can tell with my sight, the curse that you have is going to affect your perception. The usual normal wild man things. Hearing otherworldly screams, cries, and wails of the damned. Your loved ones' voices never registering in your ears. Instead, you can hear your enemies' voices from afar as they plot against you without evidence for you to turn them in. Simple things like that. You know, the usual. And thus, I'm going to need to focus on those ears of yours, since that is where the curse is mostly hiding. I'm going to sit behind you here, and there we go. An old brush. It's not any old brush. The brush head is made of the fur of a cloud. The branch it's made of comes from the earthen core. The metal binding comes from broken promises that have been reforged together. It's a very special brush. Perfect for breaking other irregularities, such as curses. Now, I'm going to ask you to be quiet and close your eyes as I try to work on you. I'm going to take care of one ear and then the other, understood? I can't make too much progress on one, or else then your humors are going to be unbalanced. And at that point, a little bit of conspiratorial whispering and the wails of the damned is going to seem like a cakewalk. Alright, now let me work. I'm gonna start brushing away the bigger parts of this curse. So, let me just begin with some wider, longer brushes. I'm going to be getting rid of the largest parts, working down from there. Oh yes, I'm very used to being asked to get rid of curses. I've been asked to create a few curses as well, but that has never really been in my forte. The people I work for, well, Yes, the, one god that I work for, they tend to curse people enough. Little too much mischief for my liking. I'm more of a do-it-yourself kind of man. On to the other ear. Why do I not look like you? Well, it's because I come from a land far away. Lots of snow. Very little sunlight. At least compared to this area. Hardier people come from here. Of course, I haven't lived there in a very, very long time. How long? How do humans measure years now? I'll just go ahead and say longer than you'd expect. How about that? Some things we should only leave to the gods to know. The one, him. The all-knower. He should be the only one to know. To grasp beyond that is to grasp beyond mortal ken. So, why don't you instead tell me about yourself? What do villagers in this area get up to nowadays? I've seen a great number of changes since I last traveled this sort of area. Interesting. So the farming culture has changed that much in just so many years. At some point... There we go. Let me start getting the finer aspects of this curse out of you. At some point, I have to wonder, am I going to be left behind by the humans? The other humans, yes. That is what I meant. Thank you for correcting me. No, I'm not truly worried about it. I have some assistance in keeping up with our modern technology, current languages, all of this stuff. Help from what? We can say higher forces. I think you'll understand what I mean. Being a follower of the cloth, I'm sure. Don't ask too many questions. Remember, you're here to not have a curse on you anymore. So, when it comes to things that you think might be greater than yourself, just shh. Just shush. I'm sure this is something that your local superstitions tell you. If you see something weird, shh. No, you didn't. Thankfully, this curse that you have on you is not made by someone with great talent. It looks like plenty of years of experience, but not particularly good experience. I'm almost tempted to curse you just to show them how it's done, give you a better curse, but that would be mean, wouldn't it? Although it would be kind of funny to cure you of their curse just to give you a good one. What can I say? I'm a lot like my bosses with this much exposure. I too am a little mischievous. Now that the greater part of this curse is here, let me... Let's see. What do they use? Is it wine? No, not anymore. Water. That's what it is. Will inhaled water do? No, it's empowered water, I believe. So I don't need this bottle. I need this one. There we go. This is just normal water, though. Come on. Few more shots in, few more shots in, few more shots in. Give it a stir. Perfect. Glowing with the beauty of a full moon. Oh, no, I'm not gonna pour this on you. Well, I assume you want to keep your human form, at least. Yeah, that's what I thought. Instead, my power, which is borrowed but nonetheless, the power I wield, is safely contained within this glass. Well, you call it glass. Technically, it's forged crystalline structure, but I leave that sort of things to the dwarves, I suppose. All you need to know is that you just need to be around this. Unfortunately, my power will dissipate from this within, about 3 days. Or else I would just leave it with you. But, as it is, I'm going to go ahead and swirl this around near your ears. Keep that magic flowing within it. And, like mosquitoes near a fire, or rather, I suppose in this case like an inferno, the curse should flee. So, just let me work. Seeing the way that this splashes around inside this glass really makes me crave some otherworld wine. I've been here for too long having to deal with, well, let's just say that the best that humans can make is only fit for an offering for something greater than mortal can. No, I'm still immortal. Technically. Although I've been... Oh, you clever fool. Remember, you're in the Church of Trist, and I'm but a That's not how you pronounce it. Names never do get translated very easily, do they? Listen, remember what I said. I'm helping you. You see something weird or hear something weird. Shh. No, you didn't. Shh. Now let me do this just a bit longer. There we go. Just a little. Let me inspect a little bit more. And what about this one? Okay, it seems like your curse is all gone. Now, normally, we don't accept payment, but I think you've gotten a little bit of a clue of what's going on here. So, I'm going to ask for a payment. For the next 3 weeks, your dreams are going to go to me, and I will then give them to my bosses. How does that sound? Look, do you really need the dreams? I want you to wait in your mind 3 weeks of no dreaming, or years and years of hearing the wails of the damned and conspiratorial whispers and never hearing your love. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you very much. Then the deal is sealed. Thank you for your contract. Now, I am going to ask you to leave the vicinity. I'm trying to find a very special book in this area that... You know where it is? You heard me looking for it, okay? Well, I suppose I have always been one to talk to myself. In fact, I'm doing it right now, aren't I? I know we just finished the deal, but can you do me a favor and show me where the book is? You will? You are a lifesaver. Well, technically I'm the lifesaver here, but you're a time saver. So, okay, thank you very much.